Hey there. So, you know Zoom, right? That app we all started using when the world went nuts during the pandemic. Ever wondered how it became such a big deal so fast? Well, grab a seat because the story behind Zoom is pretty wild and super inspiring. Let's kick things off with Eric Yuan, the genius behind Zoom. Eric was born in China in 1970, and even as a kid, he was always hustling. Like when he was in the 4th grade, he figured out that the local recycling place would pay for scrap metal. So, little Eric started collecting scraps from construction sites to make some extra cash for his family. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. One time, he nearly burned down his neighbor's shed trying to separate the metals by setting them on fire. Yikes. Fast forward to his teenage years, and Eric is feeling a bit lost about his future. One night, he picks up a newspaper and reads about this tech startup in America, and bam! He's hooked. Silicon Valley, Microsoft, Apple, it all sounds like a dream come true for him. So he goes to Shandong University to study applied mathematics and computer sciences, staying close to his family but always dreaming bigger. Now, here's where the story gets a bit romantic. Eric was madly in love with this girl, Sherry, but she lived in a city 10 hours away by train. And not just a straight shot, he had to change trains multiple times, often standing the whole way. Those long, smelly, noisy train rides got him thinking, wouldn't it be awesome if I could just see her face with a click of a button? And thus, the seed for Zoom was planted. After college, Eric started a small tech company in Beijing, but his big break came when he attended a conference in Japan where Bill Gates was speaking. Gates talked about the future of the internet, social media, video calling. And Eric had a light bulb moment. He realized the internet could make his dream of easy video communication a reality. Determined to get to Silicon Valley, Eric faced a ton of hurdles. His first visa application was rejected because he mistranslated his job title. After 8 rejections, he finally got a break when a tiny startup called WebEx sponsored his visa. In 1997, Eric moved to the US, joining WebEx as one of their first engineers. Despite the language barrier and cultural differences, Eric's hard work and optimism quickly made him a key player. WebEx eventually got bought by Cisco, and that's when things started going downhill for Eric. The new management didn't care much about innovation or customer feedback, which frustrated Eric to no end. Customers were constantly complaining about the service, but his bosses just didn't listen. Feeling stuck and unhappy, Eric decided to take a huge risk. He quit his cushy 6-figure job to start his own company, determined to create the video calling platform he always dreamed of. In 2011, Eric founded Zoom, originally called SASB, but thank goodness they changed it. He poured all his savings and time into developing a platform that was simple, user-friendly, and reliable. Unlike other services that were tacked onto existing audio call systems, Zoom was built for video from the ground up. No downloads, no signups, just click a link and you're in a meeting. It was a game changer. But getting Zoom off the ground wasn't easy. Eric faced rejection after rejection from venture capitalists who didn't see the need for another video calling platform. But Eric didn't give up. He believed in his vision and kept pushing. His persistence paid off when he finally got his first investor, a former Cisco exec who had heard great things about him. With a small team of engineers, many of whom followed him from WebEx, Eric launched Zoom in 2013. They didn't have a fancy launch strategy, just a solid product and a lot of hope. Their big break came when Walt Mossberg, a top tech reviewer, gave Zoom a glowing review. Overnight, Zoom gained 50,000 new users. Zoom's real test came in 2020 when the pandemic hit. Suddenly, everyone needed a way to connect from home, and Zoom was ready. Its ease of use and reliability made it the go-to platform for businesses, schools, and even social gatherings. Eric's focus on customer happiness paid off big time. By the end of the year, Zoom had captured nearly 50% of the video call market. Of course, with great success came great challenges. Zoom faced security issues like Zoom bombing, where trolls would crash meetings. There were also privacy concerns, which led to investigations and settlements. But Eric and his team tackled these problems head-on, continuously improving the platform. Despite the ups and downs, Eric never lost sight of his goal: to make people happy. He knew that if he focused on creating the best product and listening to his customers, success would follow, and it did. By 2022, Zoom's revenue soared to over $4 billion. Today, Zoom faces stiff competition from Google Meet and other platforms. But Eric remains optimistic. He continues to innovate, recently acquiring an AI language translation company to break down language barriers in communication. Eric's journey from a kid collecting scrap metal in China to the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company is nothing short of incredible. His story is a testament to the power of perseverance, innovation, and a relentless focus on making the world a happier place. So, next time you hop on a Zoom call, remember the incredible journey that made it all possible. And who knows, maybe you'll be inspired to turn your own dreams into reality, just like Eric did.